Hello and welcome to Series 2 of The Joy of Writing. I'm your host, Mark Carew. In this series I will be talking to authors about the fun, the satisfaction, the joy they get from their writing, whether it's prose fiction, narrative non-fiction or poetry. It's a pleasure to talk with Louise Fein again. Her debut novel, People Like Us, was published as the COVID-19 lockdown made its presence felt and affected the release of the book in different formats and countries. We hear about online launch events and festivals and how she is approaching the deadline to get Book 2 to her editor. So Louise, publication of People Like Us was interrupted and changed somewhat by COVID. What exactly were the changes you had to make to this process?
Yeah, so originally I was going to have a physical book launch, which was going to be at Daunts in London. That was meant to be right at the end of April, so that obviously got shelved.
Yeah.
And then I had also been lined up to do a couple of festivals later in the year, which I think have also gone by the wayside. But most importantly, my hardback was supposed to, so the book was supposed to come out in hardback, audio and ebook on the 7th of May. And then paperback was supposed to be September.
Yes.
But because of bookshops being shut, the hardback has been pushed back to the 6th of August and the paperback has been pushed back to February 2021.
Okay.
Which then also has a sort of a fallout with Book 2, which was supposed to be coming out towards at some point in 2021. That's now been pushed back to 2022.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just in ebook and audio at the moment in this country.
So I mean, a great shame, of course, because working on a book and getting it published, and then the fun of the launch events. So yeah, shame that happened for you. I know that you did a event online.
Yeah.
That was fun, as I was there for part of that. How did you find that?
Yeah, I decided that, I'd seen some other authors doing online events and I just thought I just wanted to mark it and for some friends to be able to participate. So I did a Facebook Live event and I didn't want to just make it about my book, so I had got together with some other authors and we did giveaways of each other's books.
Yeah.
And that just made it a bit more fun. So I did a competition for people to win copies of each books. And yeah, actually, I quite enjoyed it in the end. Just chatting and seeing my friends being there on the comments was just quite nice. It just felt like I marked it. And I had bought a new dress for my book launch and I decided I was going to put it on anyway. So,
oh, good for you. Good for you. I mean, what was the sort of your personal reaction to it as you sort of were able to talk and discuss your book? Was it, validatory, affirming?
I think I had in my head, I thought publication was going to be the big thing and it would all be very exciting. Well, obviously it wasn't the publication I originally envisaged.
No.
And that whole thing of seeing your book in a bookshop was not going to be at that point in time. But actually, for me, the biggest thing was getting the book deal in the first place.
Right.
I think
Okay.
that was like the big thing. And then, of course, this just sort of happens along the way. That said, I have been lucky in that I've also had a publishing deal in America,
Yes.
and Canada, and it has come out in all formats there. So I have at least had the opportunity to see the book sort of coming out somewhere. And
Yeah.
also it's I have got some foreign translation deals. So I've got 9 actually, but
Wow.
one of them's come out already, and that was in Holland. And somebody had posted a picture of the book on a table in a bookshop in Holland, and that was always what I'd sort of dreamed of. So I got quite excited about that.
That's fantastic. So there'll be a chance when we're allowed to travel, or we wish to travel, or whatever, to go to the States, Canada, etc., to to support your book?
Yes. Well, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah.
Well, that would be incredible. And the reaction from reviewers and people, writing about your book. Always strange when somebody tells you something, their own personal feeling about a book. But how did you feel about those reviews and reactions?
Well, so far, all the reviews have been really good. I've been very lucky. There haven't really been any negative reviews at all. There was one on NetGalley, which I got a 1-star review because the person couldn't work out how to download the book onto their Kindle. So I was okay with that because it wasn't actually about the content of the book.
No.
But yeah, I mean, so far all the reviews have been overwhelmingly positive, which is lovely. And I mean, in terms of sort of reviews in papers or magazines or whatever, in this country everything's been postponed until the hardback comes out in August. So in some ways it's a bit strange because it feels like it's a bit more of a dribble out than coming out with a bang.
Right.
Everything's sort of been slow to come out in that sense. So it's probably not a very normal experience, I think.
No, but there's a lot more online now. I know, like, for example, Hay Festival is all online, and so many events.
And actually, that in that sense, for debut authors, I think there's more opportunity than maybe normal, because I have been part of 2 online festivals.
Yes.
So there was the Stay at Home Festival, where I was part of a debut panel, and then there's the My VLF, My Virtual Literary Festival, which is amazing. I mean, the technology is amazing for that festival.
Excellent.
And I've been part of a historical fiction panel, which is actually going to be aired on the 6th of June. And there's a chance for people to do Q&As and stuff. So yeah, I think the opportunities actually, especially as a debut, to get into a literary festival is quite hard, but these online festivals that are springing up are quite good opportunities as well.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, online's capabilities have saved us in many places during this time. The sort of questions you got on your online festivals, anything out of the ordinary, anything surprising that you hadn't already been asked?
I don't think so. The other thing I've done quite a lot of is recording these sort of podcasts, which is actually really nice. So you get to chat about, the book and your inspiration, and actually just having a chat is quite a nice way to get information out, and I think it's quite interesting for people to listen to as well, because it's sort of, behind the scenes, life of a writer, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it's informative to people. Now, I wondered, have you sort of learnt anything about yourself or the way you write, doing podcasts, interviews, reviews, that type of thing? Has anything sort of suddenly become clear to you?
I suppose I suppose it forces you to reflect on things more, actually. And I think what I've learnt, and this may lead us into talking a little bit about the book too, is that I think I have been a little bit of a chaotic writer, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think going forward, I will be more organised, because also listening to other people and other writers, I love listening to podcasts and hearing how other writers work. And I think you can learn a lot from other people. And, I've always sort of been a very, pantser in terms of a writer, not really planning that much, because I felt I don't want to ruin the creativity that comes with that way of writing, but I think it also extends the process. And having listened to other people, and picked up little tips from them, I think you can perhaps help yourself a lot as well. Sorry, that's not really answering your question.
I completely get that. Yeah, I mean, you have a lot of creative energy and you write and things come out, and then you look at it and you go, oh, how am I going to knock this together into a shape?
Yes.
And perhaps over time you think there's a compromise, isn't there, between the pantser approach and the planner,
Yes.
which I believe has a name of plantsing or something like that. So you kind of get to the stage where you think, well, I should just put a little bit of order in this.
Definitely.
It will just make the whole thing more efficient, quicker.
Yeah.
You know.
And I know for my next book, I'm going to do what you just said, I think, which is when I write the first draft, it will be almost like half a draft, half a plan.
Yeah.
Because I think I need that ability to be creative, but at the same time, I need to quicken that process and make it more planny.
Yes.
So I think there is a thing there, a
Definitely.
halfway house. So,
yeah, I mean, it's a bit like an exercise of, well, you're given a start point, I don't know, a campsite in the middle of the woods, and then you need to get to Birmingham by supper time.
Yeah.
Over to you, and you go, well, that's just like a puzzle, a problem to solve. I can do that, that's fine. So yes, I mean, it's interesting, isn't it? Efficiency, productivity, and after your apprenticeship, as it were, you've earned your spurs, to just chuck another metaphor in there, and and you're on your way. So book 2, historical fiction again.
Yeah, it's historical fiction, and I'm almost finished. My deadline is 1st of June, so it's
right.
It's really getting to the fit. I have left it to the wire. I'm not going to lie, but this is sort of my 3rd draft, really, and I'm almost at the end, and then I've had time to do a quick edit before I sort of whack it off, as it were. I know it still needs work, but I think the benefit of when you're on your 2nd book and you've got editors who can help you, it's not going to be quite as polished when you put it in as the first book, or if you're out of contract and you're going to submit some of it. And I think lots of editors like to be involved a little bit earlier in the process, so they can sort of, it probably shortens the process as well, because they always have something to say, don't they?
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm almost at the end of it. It's set in 1920s England. I don't want to say too much.
No, don't jinx it.
But it's I think it's not at all the same as the first book, but I think it will be quite impactable, let's put it that way.
Great. Look forward to it. How does it work, writing a deadline? Is it like your editor's saying, I want a manuscript 100,000 words by 1st of June? Is it that type of thing?
Yeah, they haven't given. I know some authors are given a word count. I haven't been given a word count, but I have discussed the. And also, some people have to give a synopsis or give a real outline of what the book's going to be.
Yeah.
And sometimes people are told sort of really what they want the book to be like. I've been lucky in that I haven't had that at all.
Right.
I've just discussed the idea of behind the book, and that got the green light. So I've just gone ahead and written. It hasn't, nobody's seen it. The agent or my editor hasn't seen it yet. So I'm going to go and hide under the cover when I the covers when I see them. They like it.
Yeah. Well. Hopefully. So writing book 2, I mean, you've nearly finished. You've probably got a good feeling about it, and it will go in and see what your editors think. So what are you discovering about the things you like to write? I mean, for example, is there the kernel of book 3 floating around somewhere.
Yeah, I have. I have an idea for book 3, which I've also actually run past my editor, both my UK and my US editors, and they both really like the idea. So I'm actually quite itching to get started on
Oh,
it.
good.
It's again, it is historical fiction, but very different to the first 2 that I've written.
Right.
It's going to be more. How can I put it? More sort of. It is historic, but it's more thrillerish, I think.
Okay.
Than the other 2, and I think it'll be quite fun to write. So I'm quite excited about that. Part of the reason I love historical fiction is I do love the research part of it.
Yes.
And so that is a big pull for me in writing historical fiction. But I don't want to be tied to always writing historical fiction. So
No.
I don't know about book 4 yet. There are a few very vague ideas mulling, but yeah, I haven't been asked for anything about book 4 yet. So.
But you're always looking a book ahead. At this stage, you've got 3.
Yes, I mean,
Yeah.
when I had the idea for book 2, I also had the idea for book 3 at the same time, and I hadn't really decided which one I wanted to write first, but I ended up doing book 2 first. So they were both quite fully formed ideas. I've got a few vague ideas for book 4, but I think as a writer, I don't know about you, but there's always ideas mulling.
Yes. Ideas they're always floating around. Then you have to figure out, well, which one is going to survive.
Yes.
You know, the time and thinking about. So, I mean, you're obviously writing an awful lot. Are you able to write pretty much full time, or do you have other things to be doing?
So when I originally wrote book 1, I had always sort of thought, well, I'll probably go back to my job. But I was lucky when I got my book deal for book 1 that it gave me the chance to write full time, at least for the time being. So yes, at the moment I'm writing full time.
Right.
But in and around family commitments.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, that's what in an ideal world, that's what I'd like to keep doing, but we'll see how things go. I know it can be quite.
Yeah, I mean, it's a dream for a great many, and obviously you're enjoying it, and things are going really well for it as well.
Yeah, I at the moment, I mean, I think
Right.
it's especially with publishing, I don't think it's wise to think, oh well, this is how it's going to be forever, because it's such a tenuous kind of career path, as it were. But by just keeping an open mind, for now it's working, it's brilliant, and it's fun. I think if the fun ever goes out of it, I would do something different. But,
yeah, agreed. Yeah, I mean, personally, I find it the most satisfying thing I do.
Yeah.
Maybe because it's a combination of, well, at the start, incredible challenge.
Yes.
But it also seems to use every last sort of part of you.
Oh yeah.
which is strange, because you're building a world and all the rest of it, and I hope for you that book 2 is, your editors love it, and any changes are just minor changes, which we always used to wish for in academia. When you get any work back, I'll do minor changes, that's fine. So fantastic, and I'm really glad to find a writer who's just loving the whole thing.
Thank you. Well, it is fun, and yes, there are hard bits, but I think with anything, you don't appreciate it unless there are hard bits, or unless it is a challenge.
Certainly. I mean, it just makes the achievement so much bigger.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Fantastic. Lovely to talk to you, Louise. We will hear from Louise Fein in the next episode, when she offers some advice to aspiring writers and tells us about a book she found to be influential.